We are two NPCs in the world of animation and gaming talking about the chaos of the industry. Whether you're here for the pixels, the drama, or just along for the ride, welcome to Pixelated 8. Let's press start.
Hello, welcome. Hey,
Hey.
it's been some time, but life happens.
Yeah, I feel like the last few episodes, it's been like this.
hmm
Yeah.
It's true, it's true. But we've been doing some side stuff. I've been learning some tutorials, some softwares, embroidery stuff, as well as 3D printing. So it's been good. It's been good.
Oh, 3D printing's interesting lately. I mean, especially, the whole Pop Mart and Labubu getting like
Yes.
very, very popular right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had to watch a video on Pop Mart. It's like
Mm.
a 15-year-old company, I believe.
Yeah,
So it's a pretty
exactly.
new company. And I think when they started, from the video I saw, blind boxes was their jam. And they were doing like IPs mainly. And then eventually they
Yeah.
switched over to their own IP, which is
Yeah.
Labubu. Labubu, is that how you pronounce it?
Labubu. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just one of the
Yeah.
lines. I actually have a friend who's very into Pop Mart before it got popular, I think.
Okay.
And there's different artists doing like different series of their, I guess, their characters.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you'll have blind box of like a set of blind box. There's like what, 8 or 10 different versions of the character doing different things or like looking differently. And yeah, I mean, blind box has always been fun. It's like, I mean, unfortunately, it's like gambling, but
Yeah, definitely. It is kind of funny. I was watching the video they were making. It was on YouTube. I think I forgot which company had made it, but they never used the word gambling, and they
of
tried to
course not.
sell it as, oh, it's for adults mainly, and it's like,
Yeah,
sure it is.
yeah. Well, it's loot boxes,
Yes,
gotcha games. It's
exactly.
all a version of
Hundred
gambling,
percent,
right?
100%. You don't know what you're gonna get, so you got to keep spending the
Yeah.
money until you get it.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, video games got in trouble for that. The loot boxes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are they actually stopping more of that like around the world? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think in Europe, I think it might even be banned if I'm not mistaken, or age restricted or something like that.
Mm.
Because I think it was the FIFA games that got in trouble first, or those sports
I
games at
see.
least.
Yeah.
And then I think people even did, like, I think it was Star Wars. I forgot which one, Battlefront. They did the
Mm.
calculation on how, like, if you just did the loot boxes, how long would it take you to get like Luke Skywalker, right?
Oh.
And
Yeah.
it was like if you
Three thousands.
it was within the thousands and thousands of hours of gameplay
Yep.
probability. But if you just paid for it, just bought it outright, you could get it right away. So there's two mechanics to loot boxes. I mean, to some degree, even like the real life loot boxes, I think you can outright just buy the figure, right?
Yeah. If you well, you
Yeah.
uh what was it, the Lego ones we had
Yeah.
before was
hmm
like, oh, if you buy the whole box you get everyone, right?
Yes.
Otherwise you gotta sit there and
Yeah.
feel it.
Figure it out. Yep. Exactly. Or you just go online and people have opened it and you can double. You pay double, but you know
Yeah.
exactly what you're getting. And
Yeah.
but that's the whole gambling element to it, and
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Mm.
Actually, I'm surprised Lego gets away with it.
Well, I mean,
hmm
Lego is like how many characters in a series? I forgot. Maybe like 12 around
I
there.
think so. Yeah.
So it's like 1 in 12, right?
Yeah.
That's still okay.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
mean, when I was still playing those Korean
hmm
MMOs, it was like 3% chance,
Oof.
maybe.
That's crazy.
And I don't know. I've actually known actual people who throws in around 10K a month
Oh
to
yeah.
get
Yeah. Definitely.
something they want.
I think someone used the term was it whales.
Yeah, they're called
Whales,
whales.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who end up spending like thousands and thousands.
It's
Yeah,
funny too because they're pretty much the people that's actually supporting the
it's true.
game
That's true.
and keeping it
Yeah.
running. But like, yeah, 10K a month, I
hmm
just don't know how people can afford it. But there's more than one.
Yeah.
Like in every server, there's like a couple of those people on top of the server, you just know they're spending thousands
Yeah.
every month.
It's almost like airplanes, right? Like if they sell first class and business class,
Oh yeah, I heard about
yeah,
that.
they've made their money way above and beyond kind of thing. They
Yeah,
never
that's
make their
true.
money off economy, from my understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah.
Like as long as they sell uh first class, then they already made the money back for the flight.
Exactly. Exactly. It's funny. There's a few things, just so I guess our audience knows. We're hopefully going to do a little bit of traveling, and I've been debating picking up one of those Osmo Pocket 3s. Just because it's got this whole gimbal thing, and you got two mics with it. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool,
Oh,
on the road podcasting,
yeah.
But it's like $1,000 total for the full package, and I'm just like, oh man. So it's like it goes back to like a little bit of what we were talking about from like side hustles. It's like you need to
Yeah.
make sure you're not wasting money, but at the same time you want to like spend smartly. At the same time, like because I was thinking about, do I get like premium economy or business class to fly? Because it's like could
Yeah.
potentially be like 10-hour, 15-hour
Yeah.
flights, right? But then I'm like,
It's double the cost.
double the
It's like,
cost. Yeah.
are you willing?
Yeah, and that's where I can be like, instead of spending $1,000 on the flight ticket, I could spend 2,000 just to get premium economy. But it's like, wait, for that extra 1,000, I can buy this device,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
My mom does the same
yeah,
thing if I tell her to, because your parents are getting older and you want them to be comfortable in long flights. You're like, oh, why don't you fly premium economy or something like that?
yeah,
And they're like, no, I don't want to.
yeah,
It's double the price. I'd rather eat that $1,000. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, price of living and all that other stuff is like skyrocketing
Yeah.
right now. So
I mean, it's
yeah,
double now. I mean, it was, in my opinion, it was a little bit more reasonable, maybe even like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I guess, before pandemic, where you could get
yeah,
premium economy for like 500 more or like
yeah,
300 more, but not
yeah.
a
It didn't used to
$1,000
be
more.
double the
Yeah,
price. Yeah,
it's so much now.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
and business is like
And
four times more, which is even
yeah,
worse. Yeah.
and the other day I was just thinking about that. And I'm like, yeah, why don't your salary get increased by 100%?
Exactly.
It's like so hard to even get like
Oh
3%.
yeah, yeah. My favorite is always like, you gotta really read between the lines when they say the pay increases. It's like, yeah,
Yep,
we're keeping up with what did they say? Inflation.
inflation. Yes.
But you're like, wait up. You're saying you're keeping up with the current inflation, but what about like the past 10 years inflation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they don't keep up with like food inflation or this
It
inflation. They
doesn't.
only keep up with the recommended lowest value inflation.
Yeah. And it's sad because, like, even looking at our situation, and then sometimes looking at our coworker situation, if you really work out the percentage, right,
Yeah.
over a 5-year span, you really don't get much.
Yeah,
Most people don't get
it's
much.
true. It's true.
And that's the whole reason why, I guess our parents, when they were younger and they work, they always like they will stay in a company for like 30 years
Yeah.
or something like that. But like for us, there's a lot of people jumping around because
You
that's
have
the
to.
only way you get any
Yep.
kind of raise is to actually go to a different company, negotiate a higher salary, and then go back
Yep.
even.
I think you sent me a video of the Diary of a CEO podcast. And
Yeah.
that was interesting because I think there was a lady that mentioned that, where if you don't ask for a pay raise or if you don't jump around to other companies, you're
Yeah.
potentially decreasing your pay. Like if you calculate
Your value,
and your
kind
pay
of.
for your entire career by 50%.
That's crazy. But it's so true.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in my situation, my brother actually just got into a new job. But before that, like he was always looking. And my parents would be like kind of against it.
Yeah.
Like you could actually tell my dad would always be like nagging sometimes during dinner time, when we'll have dinner together. He'll be like, oh, you gotta work hard, like don't always be looking for other jobs, sometimes it's just not as good, or like
Yeah.
you think it's better but it's actually not. And like I would like basically after that I would talk to my brother on the
Hmm.
side. I'm like, just ignore him. I'm like, he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, in today's day and age, you don't have a
Yeah.
choice. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. I know exactly
yeah,
what my brother's trying to do. He's just trying to get his own value up, right?
exactly.
And if your current company is not paying you justly,
Hmm.
then you kind of have to look for solutions yourself.
Of course, and this
Yeah.
kind of goes into, I think, something I did want to talk about is how AI is quote unquote taking over jobs,
Oh
right?
God, yes, that's a huge one. I
Huge
mean,
one.
yeah, we've kind of touched on it in
Yeah.
our past few episodes too, but it's just like, it's talk of the,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like talk of, uh, everyone's talking about it
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think I just read on Reddit post that a Korean company just fired their entire concept art
Oh
and
wow.
design team because they're going to be start using AI now.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the problem with some of it,
Hmm.
right? And it has to do with people who are very complacent in their roles and like
Yeah.
are not looking to learn new things.
Hmm.
The problem is like this kind of job, it turns to be something like a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Hmm.
unfortunately, like from my perspective of like how long I've been working in this industry, like some of the stuff like you're saying concept art,
Yeah.
there sometimes I just see some concept arts come up for the projects I've worked on, and they're not that great, honestly.
Yeah. It's true. Actually, I've seen some
And
horrible concept art.
it's
Yeah.
like almost minimal effort
Yeah.
to me. So that's the problem, right? If you can't actually make it better or
Yeah.
like put some extra value on yourself,
Hmm.
then yeah, right now, unfortunately, whether people like it or not, AI will take over.
Well, just to go back to the concept art thing
Mm.
that you're kind of mentioning, to be a little devil's advocate here, I would actually blame the art director on that concept
That's true.
because
That's true.
because what I find is a lot of times you need to pump out like 20 pictures within like an hour, right?
Yeah.
And the art director doesn't care, right? They don't
Mm.
care about your time. They want you to work overtime. They want you to spend extra, blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And I find that's when it really burns out the artists, and people are willing to leave the industry because of that,
Of
right?
course.
And yeah,
It's been happening all the
yeah.
time, right?
But that's where I feel it's the responsibility of the company to actually train your concept artists in how to use AI
Yeah,
instead
that's
of just to
true.
fire them and to be like, oh no, we're just going to hire a tech person to take care of this.
It's not
Yeah.
about like I know still so many artists are
Hmm.
against AI,
Yeah.
but it's not about like having it create for you,
Yeah.
but it's using it to make your work more efficient, to make your work faster.
Absolutely. Like I would almost say, like, let's say I was designing a character costume and we had
Mm,
like Nicolas Cage in the role, and
mm,
that's my initial concept, but
mm,
he's no longer available, so you go and hire Leonardo DiCaprio. Guess what?
mm.
I can just pump it into AI and be like, all the concept arts that I've done on this character, can you please change the face to Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. Mm,
Just quickly pump it out. To me, that
mm-hmm.
is the beneficial use of AI. Like,
Yeah.
just do a quick revisions to or refine something, but to be able to be like, no, now we're just going to replace it all with
Mm,
just AI. I think that's going to create a really negative impact on the
yeah.
industry, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's one thing is like where are people feeding it? Like
Hmm.
what are people feeding it?
Yeah.
What kind of things people feed it? And I know we were talking about this before. There's like some horror stories I heard of a Chinese company
Hmm.
where it pretty much posted some job postings saying they want like concept artists,
Oh wow. Yeah.
and then what happened was for everyone who applied, they made them draw something
Yeah.
like that they want with their criteria. And what happened was they didn't hire people, but they used all the people who applied, they used all their art that they put in with their application to feed
Wow.
their AI.
Yeah.
So like I think they got found out because this girl like she put in a picture,
Yeah.
and basically like whatever that company came out with, it was like basically almost the same as hers. So she was like,
Wow.
oh, that's what they were using it for.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That you
it's
know,
horror
it
stories.
is
Yeah.
definitely. It actually does remind me a little bit of. I applied to. I'm just gonna call them out. I applied to Disney.
Mm,
This was like almost like 20 years ago, and I
yeah.
remember I read their terms and conditions for the application.
Yeah.
It said that whatever is in your demo reel, whatever, let's say, personal projects that you put in your demo reel, and you
Yeah.
send it over, they're not
Okay.
responsible if a similar idea ends up on their movies or
Oh wow,
yeah,
seriously?
yeah. So that was essentially, I mean, they're making it sound like, oh, it's just coincidence. But hey, someone could look at the demo reel a year later, be like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to copy this. This idea is
Mm,
great. And lo and
yeah.
behold, your idea is gone. But because you signed that just to apply to a prestigious studio,
Yeah.
you've lost your IP.
That's so dirty,
Yeah.
eh? But like unfortunately, it's like it happens to a lot
Yeah.
of companies like of their like tiny or at their terms and conditions, you just
Yeah.
don't look at it properly. I think it happened with like something like DeviantArt had that
Yes,
issue as
yes.
well. I think I remember a while back I kind of stopped using it, but I
Yeah.
remember it came up and people are like, "Oh, yeah, they could actually just, whatever you post on there is theirs." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Actually, that was the first time I think in my life I ever read the terms and condition before signing up.
Yeah.
Because I was about to upload all my art there and I was like, no, this is very personal. I need to check this. And I read through the entire thing. And I
Yeah.
read that one line that said that they will own to do
Mm.
whatever they want with my artwork that I upload, like meaning
Oh,
advertisement and all that. And I was like, no, I can't have
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And that then I bought a website. I built a website, so I bought the domain
Mhm.
for the couple of years kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I was actually very shocked, and this was when they first started too. That they had that in there, so they've been planning the idea of collecting data for that long. That's what's so
The
scary.
problem is a lot of people don't actually look at it before
Yeah,
they sign up, right? At the time, it was just the most popular thing.
yeah,
And people who draw art or the fan art or
mm-hmm.
whatever, it's like they go for whatever people use the most. And
Yeah,
that was the big thing then.
yeah. I
And then
used
I
to
think
warn
what,
people. I used to don't do it.
yeah, there was like
Yeah,
Tumblr, I think.
yeah.
Uh,
Tumblr, a few other, but I used to warn people not to put it on ArtStation. But it just became
mm.
so big, it was
Yeah,
impossible.
ArtStation is a big one.
Yeah.
Does that also have that?
Oh no, it was ArtStation. That's the one you were talking about, no? When we started.
Oh, no, DeviantArt is another
Oh,
one. But
sorry, sorry.
like,
I think I did both. I checked both. Both of them
yeah,
had the same rules
yeah,
about your artwork. DeviantArt,
yeah.
and ArtStation.
Because
Yeah,
ArtStation used to be, in my head
yeah,
anyway, the more professional one
yeah,
for professional artists to put in their demo reels and stuff.
yeah. I didn't put either
So,
one. I decided not to do either one.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually crazy that they have something like
I
that
know.
then.
It's insane. And going back to AI for a bit, one thing I noticed, I've been trying to play around with something called Comfy UI, I think it's called.
Mm,
Anyways, you can download a bunch of AI models. And I noticed the algorithm or the data set that it was using is very limited.
yeah,
And it would just give me the results, similar results that a lot of people have had already. And this is
yeah,
what we were talking about is like what these companies don't realize is that the data sets are overused now. You don't have new
yeah,
data sets anymore.
yeah. You can kind of
Yeah.
tell, like, the stuff that's produced is like one style.
Yeah. One star. And what's going to happen now is everybody, now they're going to let's say they get rid of all concept artists, all artists, and it's just going to be AI producing. Guess what? Everything's going to look the same. Nothing's
Yeah,
going to be unique anymore,
for
you
sure.
know? And they don't realize the trap they're getting themselves into.
The thing is, though, you can look at it that way, but
Yeah,
also for small businesses, they don't care. They just want
they
something,
don't.
right?
No.
So that's like probably for small businesses, but like for other stuff,
Hmm.
they probably want more variety.
Absolutely. I think for me personally, like I'm gonna make an intro for a YouTube channel, right?
Mm,
Just a small little video, and I'm going to try using AI, because to
Yeah.
me that intro channel is not really. It doesn't have to. That intro is not going to generate the money. It's just something nice to have in the beginning. You know.
Yeah.
Can I make it in 3D? Yes. Do I have the skills? Yes, I can do it. But it's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. So to me, that's a perfect example of using AI to generate something like that.
Yeah.
Where I'm not stepping on anybody. I'm not, taking away any jobs. Like I wasn't planning to do it, but I just figured, you know what, it's something nice to have. So
I mean, if you're
yeah,
trying to use it ethically, I think feeding it your own stuff may be
absolutely.
the best way to do
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I can give it my
Yeah.
old stuff, my previously generated stuff, and see what it can do. Sorry, I called it generated, created. See, even I'm becoming AI.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is like you can't really shy away from it because
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
it is here now.
And it's
It's
just
here to
gonna
stay.
go it's just yeah, it's here to stay. So if you don't get used to it, you don't actually figure out exactly what it is and
Yeah,
how to get around it and how to use it,
yeah.
then you're just kind of on the side where it's like, yeah, you'll be at a disadvantage even more.
For me, there needs to be so much more ethics to it now,
Of course,
and
yeah.
I'm finding that companies, governments, they're just not willing to do anything. They're letting it fly loose. I mean, we talked about this a little bit, where I think when we first took our Google courses, one of the things that it said in there, very specifically, it said, "Oh, we can't allow AI to." Sorry, it said in their ethics, it said AI won't be used for harming people,
Yep.
right? And then within a month after we finished those certificates, they took away that ethics part of it.
That rule,
That
yeah.
rule, because guess what? Uh, whether it's war or whether it's negativity or whether it's harming people, unfortunately generates money for them, right? And
Yeah.
it's the bottom line. So that's why we're going to see a lot of times with AI, especially, that companies don't want any ethics around them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's gonna get
which is
very
sad.
bad before it gets better.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
don't think it'll get to like super bad, but it will get bad before it gets better, I think.
My opinion is that it's getting pretty bad now, because if you look at it from a just look at a demographic standpoint, right? If we look at like we talked a little about schools, right? When we first started internet, when we first
Yeah.
got the internet, even at school, we were never taught how to behave on the internet, and the fact that what you're seeing on the internet may not be, it's not truthful. It's not
Yeah.
real. If you're getting bullied in a chat session or on a video game, you just turn it off, right?
Yeah.
They didn't show you the power that you had over what was happening on the internet, and they didn't explain that to you as a kid, so that there was no etiquette really to teach you.
Yeah.
And I find that to be really disturbing, because we've heard so many cases of kids being bullied and, suicide, and it's so sad, and all because we weren't taught properly how the internet functions and it behaves,
How to handle it.
how to handle it. And, this goes in a little bit on the boomer side too, where unfortunately boomers are easily tricked into giving away their money on the internet, scam calls, scam messages, and it's all because of education. There's no education from
Yeah.
the schooling system or the government. Now you fast forward into the AI age. We're now seeing all these things that were never taught to be now, I would say, like skyrocketed by 1,000%.
Yeah.
Right? You're looking at like AI videos that look real. So misinformation is spreading like crazy.
But see, like here's where I kind of get on the bright side a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it's getting so real that people can't trust anything anymore.
Anything.
And
Nothing
it's
is real.
like so now you're actually
Yeah.
getting people who realize that, and it's like a pendulum swing, right? So it gets to like the extreme on one side and it eventually comes backwards. Like it might be for the better, is that it makes people question even more
I hope so. I
now.
really hope so.
Yeah. Like saying that, hey, this could be AI. Who knows? Like it could be
Yeah.
real, it could be AI, but let's think it's AI.
Well, for my
Like,
parents, I've
let's
been
assume
actually
it is.
sending videos that explain how AI, how real AI can look, and to
Yeah.
be wary of everything you
Yeah.
see now. You know.
Yeah.
And you have to. That's the thing, because no
Yeah.
one is teaching us this. I mean, me and you are tech savvy enough to understand what's happening. I have family members that are not tech savvy at all.
Yeah. They'll believe stuff.
And they're my
I mean,
generation. They're my age, Yeah.
I've even been telling my parents, I'm like, if people get a sample of our voices, I mean, there could be ransom calls and they would actually think it's us, but it's not us.
I've heard cases of that.
Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
happening. Yep.
Someone's called, said, "Oh, listen, I was in an accident. Mom, I was in an accident. Can you send me some money?" Right?
Yeah.
Because they can just do a voice memo. They can send you a voice memo.
It's pretty crazy because my sister-in-law works in a bank, and she's been telling us horror stories of like how many elderly she has to deal with on a daily basis. Of like, if they come and take a big sum of money, they have to ask a lot of questions to make sure and to double check that, is this what you want? Like, are you sure you're not getting, are you sure you're not getting tricked?
Yeah.
Like, do you know the person that you're taking money out for? And because like if something happens and they come back to the bank, then it goes like the responsibility partially falls onto them for like letting these elderly take out money. So they have to like double check, triple check. But there are like times where she gets super frustrated because she knows it's a scam.
Yeah.
But like they insist.
You can't stop it, unfortunately, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And the fact that it's happening daily, it's scary.
Yeah. That's true.
That means these people, the scammers, they are willing to continue this even if they get caught or go to jail because the amount of money they'll be making. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
And how much they generate. And to me, it's like, this is where AI could come in to benefit society, where let's stop these scam calls. Let's have an AI intercept these calls, assess whether it's a scam call, and then automatically hang up before it even goes to the person on the other end.
Yeah.
It's possible, but
actually, have I told you it's I have relatives in Hong Kong, and the way they're actually using their phones now is that when you call them, you have to enter in a password that they set.
Oh wow!
To talk to them. It's like they're blocking everything.
That's
everyone.
I mean, I just don't pick it up, but that's pretty good too. I mean, if that system can exist, where we can give that PIN to I was just thinking give it to the bank or something, but I was just realized the amount of hacks that happen. It's like,
yeah, that's true.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really hard thinking about this, like to navigate around stuff.
Yeah. But that's where, like I was saying earlier, like if we get AI to kind of filter stuff, that'd be amazing. But here's the thing, that doesn't generate money. Yeah. Right? You can make it for pay, but that's unethical then, right? So no company is going to do that.
Yeah.
Which is sad. We can try making it.
I think the only thing I'm really happy about with AI is like the medical advancement.
Yes.
I think that's like probably the best news there is for AI.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that to me, and it kind of sucks. Like, I know I'm bringing politics into this. I think US shut down a lot of research grants, which sucks because they were just getting into using AI to do a bunch of research.
Yeah, like just like kind of even mapping out the DNA and like getting more research done on like cancer and all that stuff. It's like super useful.
Yeah. For me, honestly, stop funding all these wars and let's start funding all this research, medical research, and let's, like, especially in Canada, it's like, let's become the top #1 medical research, whatever you want to call it, in the world. Yeah. Like, let's become #1 in that. Like, it's something you can be proud of. Not #1 is like, oh, how many guns have I sent over? It's like, stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah. I think it's, it's hard to say. Like right now, the situation, it's just so messy. And the other thing about AI, of course, like they're talking about taking over jobs, and
Yeah.
even when we're talking about side hustles, right? I think that I wanted to talk to you about this actually the other day, because I was actually watching some videos about like potential side hustles you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just sitting there for every one that they were introducing, and I'm like, no, AI is going to do this now. AI is going to do
Yeah.
this now. Like, there's ones where they're like, oh, you sign up to this website and you answer homework questions, or you answer questions in your expertise and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, now you just have AI and you can ask them about these things
Mm-hmm.
and you'll just get the answer, right? Like, they're not going to need real people to go in and log in and read the questions and answer it anymore. it's
Yeah.
it's just getting like so much easier with AI.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the other ones, I think it's like, oh, uh reading audiobooks and recording your voice and
Oh
everything.
yeah. Oh my God.
And
Can
that's
you
like,
imagine? It's reading. You're reading to yourself.
yeah, but like,
Yeah.
but now you're just like, oh, AI is just also gonna
Yeah.
take over that, because
Absolutely.
if you don't need someone with a unique voice, um then you can have AI read that, and like all the audiobooks would be done by AI.
Yeah. It's funny because part of me is like, because I'm a big Star Trek fan, right?
Mm,
And I could definitely see a future where a lot of these elements that we're talking about is Star Trek, right? You
mm,
have the computer that can talk to you like a normal person, because guess what? That's a voice that's generated AI, right?
yeah.
Then you got like the holodeck where you're like, hey, computer, build me a program where it's Paris, 1950s, and I'm like, whatever, blah, 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 right?
Mm,
In the arts or whatever you want to do. And it generates a scenario for you, right?
yeah.
And creates a story, and you can do whatever you want. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is cool. We're seeing that happen right now.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you start really breaking it down, and you start realizing, hold up. Again, going back to the ethics of it,
Mm.
we need the ethics. We
We
need
do. We really
something to
do.
stop a lot of the
Yeah.
the I would say the bullshit that's coming through. I know I
Yeah.
swear, but I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because one other thing that's AI is doing, which I find really disturbing now. Well, two things. One, I have noticed that it can't give me the answer all the time.
Mm.
I've had to, like, because sometimes I'll ask it to write a little Python snippet code for me,
Mm.
and I notice it just kept giving me the wrong answer
Mm. I
or the
see.
wrong snippet or whatever.
Mm.
Even though I give it extra examples, and I'm like, you know what? Why am I wasting like so much time? I
Mm.
literally just took what it gave me and then modified it to fix exactly what I wanted. So
Yeah.
I think this again goes back to, like, companies needs to realize you still need a foundation of people to know what they're doing, and then allowing them to use AI to either, because here's the thing, I could have spent a week writing that program. Instead, I spent one day to get a base from AI, and then
Mm.
to just fix it up to exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Right? So that tells you everything you need to know. It's like that efficiency is amazing.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, and I think I think that's a perfect way that we need to, like, think about it.
Yeah. Using it that way.
Using it like
Like,
that. Yeah.
I've heard about like I've worked with people
Hmm.
who actually use that to start writing tools, and for
Yeah.
them it's a lot faster. They're like, oh, it's really easy. UIs in programs like Maya,
Yeah.
it's so much faster
Yeah.
when they ask the AI about it and they get a base to work with.
Absolutely. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a good one, because if you look at Motion Builder is a perfect example. There's not a lot of documentation that's really nice to generate
Yeah.
tools, but that's where AI.
Documentation where
Yeah,
I can't find
exactly,
any.
exactly. But AI helps a lot in Motion Builder Python code, I found.
Mm,
But with Maya, I found it helps a lot too, like a lot. But
mm,
because there's so much good documentation, I'm still able to kind of just go back there in case it can't figure it out.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and this also goes back to another aspect of AI that's disturbing me a little right now.
The
Actually,
fact that you can always coerce it to give you or to be agreeable with you.
I was just about to say that. I
Yeah.
absolutely hate that so much.
It's like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like,
And this only started about, I would say, like 2 months ago, where I noticed something like ChatGPT become overly agreeable in everything.
Yeah.
And then you start realizing, wait a second, if like, for example, you asked a different question and I asked the opposite question to that main question, right? It's like you asked it, oh, I really didn't like Man of Steel, right? It's going to be like, I totally agree with you. These are all the problems with the movie Man of Steel. And then if I say, I love Man of Steel, it's going to be like, oh, these are all the amazing things about Man of Steel. And it's like, what is the real opinion? Like, what is the overall opinion about it? Because I've already asked it a positive aspect of that I want, it'll still give me a positive answer. It will never give me a proper criticism. You know? Sorry, that was it.
Well, but that's where they're not like a real person, right?
Exactly.
Because it doesn't actually form its own opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like it also depends on how you ask the question. Like, for example, it's like, hey, what is like the majority of people online?
Yeah.
What are their opinions about this movie? Then it might be able to do like a search and actually consolidate it for you.
But you see,
if you keep on telling it to like about one thing, you're talking to it about this thing.
Yes.
I feel like it's inherently programmed to agree with you first,
100%.
no matter what. And I think like that's just how they program
let's say you do ask it. I'm going to keep using the Man of Steel example, right? Let's say you do ask it, oh, give me a authentic breakdown of the reviews about Man of Steel. But for the past month, I've been asking about a bunch of different comic book movie questions and how I love comic book movies. It's still going to try to spin that positive. You see? Because it's, I believe, I feel that what they've done is they've tried to make AI as agreeable so you keep using it.
Of course.
So you treat it as a friend more than as a resource.
Yeah.
And that goes into another really scary topic, which is kind of sad. I think there's a generation, a lot of young kids that are unfortunately using AI as a friend.
Yeah. They've already started talking about this. A lot of people are like, if your kids only know how to talk to AI, they're not going to know how to deal with real people.
Yeah.
And even without AI, I'll say nowadays, just there's so many people online who has issues with accepting the fact that there are people who exist who does not share the same opinion as you, who doesn't agree with you.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, you don't agree with me? Then you're the bad guy.
Then you're stupid. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've had that so many. There's no critical thinking anymore. We've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's like if I talk to you and you give me a different perspective of a movie or an idea that we're discussing, and I say, oh, yeah, I didn't like this movie.
And it's instantly the labels start coming out, right?
Exactly.
It's like, oh, you're racist, you're misogynist, you're blah, 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 you're blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hold on a second. Nobody said that.
You can't be critical anymore. Like,
but people start labeling you whatever they don't like because you don't agree with them.
Exactly. And to me, the critical thinking where, like, for example, if I say I didn't like something because of the following factors, and then you come back to me and you say, well, those factors, if you look at it from this perspective, they nullify those factors or they decrease those factors.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a healthy discussion where I'll be like, you know what, you're right. And now my perspective has changed.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I kind of miss about having a proper discourse or discussions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I find nowadays, like, just you hit the nail right on the head there, where if you don't like it, you must be stupid.
Yeah, right? And people love to put themselves in camps, right? It's just like, oh, you know, I need my own little group of people who always agree with me.
Exactly. Or even the opposite. If you don't hate it, you must be stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like I used to get that so much. It's like, I remember, you remember this. It's like you look at the Fast and Furious franchise. Like, they're silly movies. You know, they're just fun movies, popcorn movies. And I remember telling that to a few coworkers saying, oh, yeah, I enjoy them. They're fun movies. And oh my God, they were like, oh, well, you have horrible taste in movies. What's wrong with you? And
Yeah.
it's like, bro, I go to like Toronto Film Festival every year.
Yeah.
I watch some of the most prestigious movies. I met some directors. I met
Mm.
the, James Wan when he made Insidious, right?
Mm.
And, I know cinema, whatever you want to call it. I also
Yeah.
understand it's also subjective.
Yeah.
You could feel a certain way and you could watch a movie
Mm.
and it would transcend you.
Yeah.
You could watch the same movie 5 years later and you'd be like, you know what, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But at that moment you were transcended because you were feeling a certain way. And that's the beauty of movies and video games and
Yeah.
TV shows. And this is what people don't comprehend. They need you to agree to them exactly to that
Well, that's the
opinion.
thing. I watch B
Yeah.
like B class horror movies.
Yeah.
It's like horror. Some of them are bad. I know it's bad. I'll still
Exactly.
watch
You
them.
still, because you
Whatever.
enjoy it, it's fine. You
They're
have fun
like
with it.
5.2
Yeah.
IMDb, like whatever. I'll watch it. It's
Exactly.
fine. It's something I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I always kind of compare this to the food reference. Is like if I like apples
Yeah.
and you don't like them, you like bananas. Like you can't just say, "Oh yeah, you're stupid because you like apples,"
I know.
right?
How dare you?
It's like, what does that got to do with you, right?
Yeah.
There's people who like durian, right?
Yeah.
And durian stinks, but people like it.
Yeah.
Or like stinky tofu. There's
Exactly.
people who love it.
Yeah.
And you can say it stinks, and I don't understand why people like it, but you gotta respect that there's people who actually like it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not crazy.
Exactly. And I think, again, bring it back to AI. AI being so agreeable,
Yeah.
I think the idea of, like we talked about, discourse and critical thinking is gone
Yeah.
out even more now. Because now, if you're getting disagreements with people and you can go to AI, you can run to AI, be like, hey, AI, do you agree with me? And AI is going to be like, of course I agree with you. I think you're absolutely right. And now you're reaffirming potentially false narratives in your head.
It's also a bad thing with people not knowing how to handle disagreements anymore.
Yeah.
And it's a huge issue, right? If you think about this and even escalating it to the whole thing about wars and stuff, right?
Yes.
It's people not agreeing with other people and not respecting it. Like you can't always have someone to agree with you. And I feel like for example, Friends,
the TV show?
that's one of the values
sorry,
you kind
just
of
friends in general. Yeah.
Sorry,
I thought you
no,
meant
not the show,
TV show.
but I'm just talking about like a friend. And
Yeah.
one of the value for that's important to me is that I should be able to talk to them, and we should be able to have different opinions.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, even if we do have different opinions, if we're actually respecting each other, we could still be friends,
Absolutely.
right?
And I think that's a very rare kind of person, I would say. The reason I say is this, like if you look at you and me, for example, right? We've already discovered that your YouTube spectrum is different from my YouTube's, right? We're on the polar opposites. Yet we're still willing to discuss those topics and to be like, you know what? I may not agree with you, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you go even further, we have friends in the States who are Republican and Democratic.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't judge them for it. We don't judge their voting habits.
Exactly.
They may bring up certain topics. Like I've had them bring up certain topics, and what do? I bring up the counter arguments with those certain topics, because to me it's like, let's have I love this topic. Let's have a healthy discussion about that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, the whole reason of even having those discussions is that, once you see it from the other side, you might have more understanding.
Exactly.
And it changes your perspective a little.
I knew some people that didn't want to talk to anybody who was, I would say, like Republican, for example. And I'm not talking about recent election. I'm talking about previous election or previously. It doesn't matter what year. And, they weren't willing to understand why someone would vote Republican. And to me personally, why would someone vote Democrat, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you are still an individual looking for the party that best represents
yourself,
and to some degree, neither party, like I'll be honest, for me personally, neither parties represent me. Even in Canada, neither party represent me, because I feel that no party is actually there to help us as a middle class.
Yeah. Like they don't have the best interests
Zero.
of the actual people.
We get taxes are off the charts. This is all, you name it. Both parties are there to make sure the 1% keeps making their money and they're happy. And this actually, again, going back to AI here, they're some of the few, in my opinion, individuals that have already hired firms, AI firms, to generate money for them. And I'm talking about stock market manipulation and this and that, you name it, right? Yeah. We are not allowed to use AI for stock market. It blocks us if you ever try, right? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure they have unblocked access to that information.
Oh, yeah. I bet 100%.
Because how can you use stock information if it's not predictability?
Yep.
Right? If you tell AI to give me all the information on the certain company, and now I want you to predict what's going to happen to its stock in the next 3 months, I'm pretty sure it's going to give you a very accurate result. But we're not allowed to do that.
Probably more accurate. I mean, here I was in engineering before, and a lot of my university friends actually went into finance. And you ask them what they do, it's like they write algorithms.
Oh, there you go.
For the stock, for finance.
For high-paying companies, for high-paying clients only.
Exactly. So it's like, no, they're already doing that even without the AI.
There you go. Yeah. And so who loses? We loses. So to me, when someone, again, this is part of the discussion thing. If someone goes about politics or which party are you on, it's like neither. Because no one's looking out for me. I got to look out for myself.
Unfortunately. And it's always been, I don't know how many elections it's been. It's always talking about, voting for the lesser evil and not like voting for someone who we think is better.
Oh, I'm so done with that philosophy.
So
they keep doing that.
Sucks.
They keep trying to guilt trip you into voting for people. And it's like, no, man, no more. No more. I'm going to vote for someone who actually speaks the same language now. And even that's like a third party candidate or no party candidate, I don't care. That's who I'm voting for. Honestly, because here's the thing. If they keep tricking you like that, then you're never going to vote for who you really want.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's always been like that, and so far it's like same thing US, same thing Canada.
And mark my words, in about the next elections even, AI might become a hot topic.
Of course.
It might become a hot topic where they're going to be like, we're going to put some rules and regulations on AI, blah, 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 blah. And then the minute they get elected, nothing's going to happen. No one's going to be protected from AI. No jobs are going to be protected. No ethics for AI. It's because, again, there's no money in any of that.
Yeah.
So, that's the sad part.
It's weird. It's like, personally, I am also interested, and this is like a bleak look, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I just want to know how far can we go before like there's a riot kind of thing.
Oh, that's gonna be I kind of agree with you. That's gonna be rough, actually.
Yeah.
I think one thing, I know we're now going on a different topic slightly, because we kind of briefly touched on the industrial war complex, right? One thing people are realizing is the money it generates for people that are the money it generates for politicians that are highly involved in the industrial war complex.
Yeah.
Right? For us, we don't know. I mean, I'm just going to buy some Google stock or Apple stock, right?
Yeah.
They're buying like military stock before they even sell the arms.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah. If you know what's going to happen.
If you know what's going to happen, exactly. There's a term for it, inside trading. But they've made new rules and regulations that allows them to do it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad, actually. And so now what happens is, if you keep funding this industrial war complex, it's going to... let me rephrase that. They need it to be funded all the time. Perpetual war, basically. Yeah. Because it just keeps generating money for them. And if you really think about it, if you really start breaking it down, if you look at Canada, US, anywhere, what are some of the biggest hurdles we have? We have old age, people who are getting older, generations
Mm-hmm.
getting older. They need wealth in the sense that they need monthly payment, social services, right?
Yeah.
You need social services, right? You need healthcare, you need dental care, you need vision care.
Yeah.
You need all this extra education. The fact that so many people are paying so much for education is insane because even education has become a business now,
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
So now you start breaking all these pieces of the puzzles down, and then you look at, even if you look at the social services situation, what do the politicians always tell us? Oh, you don't need social services. That's people being lazy. No, not at all. It's basically the older generation need to go on social services, or people with disability need to go on social services so that we can get society keep running, because they're going to spend their money, they're going to get part-time jobs if they can, and so on and so on, right? So what ends up happening is the younger generation, when they get jobs, they then pay into social services, which will benefit them when they retire.
Yeah.
That's the cycle. That's supposed to be the cycle. What's happening now is, one, the industrial war complex is just paying the politicians. Then the secondary is happening is these big companies don't want to hire anybody because they're just replacing with AI, right?
Yeah.
So now constantly we're having a young generation that has no jobs.
Yeah, and it's actually quite bad for the whole thing because, like, I mean, we've always also heard about this whole thing, low birth rate.
Yep.
So there's gonna be eventually like less and less younger people who can actually support the older generation.
Exactly.
And the worst thing I hear about nowadays is that a lot of the younger generation actually needs support from their parents or their grandparents.
Yeah, I need support from my parents. I mean, we're millennials. We both need support from our parents.
Yeah, it's pretty bad because like you actually get to the whole like, oh, you know, getting a house.
Yeah.
And needing down payment and actually having to get your parents to help with that.
Yeah, I didn't have enough money for down payment.
Yeah, and then all the way getting to like, you know, the whole situation in China where you actually have retired people getting more retirement funds than a normal younger person in their 20s and 30s getting more than they're actually earning in their daily jobs.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, why are we working? Like,
yeah, exactly what's happening.
Why are we working? Like, you get your older mom and grandparents actually paying some of the money for your daily expenses, whereas you're doing this job, you're working really hard, but you're still not.
But the company won't pay you.
Yeah, the company won't pay you enough to actually deal with your living expenses. So, and it just compounds, right? Because now you look at people in their 20s and 30s not wanting to get a kid because kids are expensive.
They're expensive.
They can't afford. Yeah.
I mean, divorce rates are high too. That's another. I mean, our generation.
Yeah.
The young generation, like you're describing, they have to think so much about money.
Yeah.
Right. Our generation has now going divorce rates because one, they're getting there are other issues about all that, right?
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting. Like you're talking about, like, quote unquote uprising to some degree, right? And I have a feeling where we may see it, but in a different point of view. Like, for example, what we're seeing now is silent protesting, silent exiting, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically people going in, doing their core hours, and they're out.
Yeah.
They're not giving you 110% because these companies are not looking out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because if they're willing to replace you with something like AI, or the governments are willing to take away your social services just to feed the industrial war complex, and the young generation is not having any jobs, can't fund their own futures, right? The whole system just collapses. And companies and politicians are not looking out for us at all for this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think as a society, indirectly, I would almost say that we need to come up with our own ethics. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird to say, like, almost like our own ethics that we can all share and try to contribute to each other instead of forcing laws to do it for us.
Yeah.
You know? And one thing I always think about is, saying thank you and please when you're out, holding the door for others as you walk in. And I always notice these small things are contagious. People start doing it. People want to be involved in this little bit of positive social community, right? And so if you start contributing in a more positive way, as well as with the AI, you as an individual start using it in an ethical way, and having built your own ethics, and you pass that knowledge to as many people who are willing to listen. Like, not everybody will care, but
Of course,
you're going to get some people going, oh, you know what? I like that idea. I like that philosophy. I like the way you're thinking about AI. I think that can go a long way. I think that will slowly build a society I think that we need.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can think, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think companies are going to do it.
It's true, and it's kind of like lead by example.
Yeah.
Rather than like, preaching, because nobody likes to preach.
No.
But it's just like live the way like you want to be, and like that you're happy with your conscience.
Exactly. Actually, that's a big one. Like, one philosophy I've always had, and I always believe in it, is when I do things for others, I don't expect anything in return.
Same goes for me.
Yeah.
It's like if I do something for someone else at work, I don't expect them to be like, oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna give you a shout out in the next meeting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care about that.
Same.
It's for me, it's just doing it so that I'm happy myself, because I understand that even if I'm being nice, a lot of it goes into kind of being like self-gratifying.
Yes.
And sometimes people say, oh, that's wrong, but it's actually not wrong. Like, I don't feel like it's wrong by like doing something that you're happy with yourself. Yeah.
And between you and me, we've gotten a lot of people who thank us, right? Who thank us for helping them, supporting them, and building their careers. And I love that, because that means the knowledge has been passed on for them to continue that kind of philosophy and that kind of like passing on the knowledge without expecting anything in return,
Like, even talking to like some of the newer co-workers who just started in the industry, and actually kind of giving them tips on their career and stuff. A lot of them are actually very thankful.
Yeah. So I think continue that kind of thing. And I think if hopefully of our 5 listeners, I would encourage them to continue that philosophy, pass that kind of feeling of like giving as much as you can. And that goes in everything from AI to knowledge sharing to this. And that's the best we can do. Yeah. Because we're the only ones, no one's going to look out for us except for ourselves.
Yeah. So like, do things that you're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing wrong with that, I feel like. Yeah. Because like, one of the example for me is like at work. And I'm still slowly getting, because I'm kind of an introvert, and I don't like, I procrastinate talking to people.
Oh, okay.
But like, once you actually, kind of start talking to them and get how their thinking is like, and start like having, I don't even say like, it might not be friends at work, but like acquaintances where you can depend on them for helping you with an issue, and you'll do the same thing for them.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes your job way easier, and just makes your day way easier, because it's like, I know I have a problem, I know who to talk to, and I know like, for example, if I ask them the question, they'll try their hardest to help me. It's like a very different feeling than like, rather than, oh no, I gotta talk to this difficult person who like might just brush me off kind of thing.
Yeah. I know what you mean. And then you're definitely gonna meet people that are gonna be selfish, that are gonna brush you off.
Yeah.
And you just gotta make either a mental note to be like, you know what, I want to keep the people that were good to me within my community.
Yeah.
And I find that's the best way to keep keep sane at work, really, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Kind of learn how to protect yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
learn how to work with those other people who will brush people off and stuff. Like, and sometimes it just may be as simple as, not talk to them as much.
Yeah, actually, that's an important thing you bring up because, the part of that thinking of like, being able to give, but you don't want to take. Some people might argue that's a naive point of view.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
to me, it's not naive. It's very high level thinking because you're now getting to the point of
You're
going,
self-sufficient
you're
because you're
self-sufficient.
satisfied with yourself.
Exactly. Because I've had that too, where people have kind of looked at me and said, that's very weak-minded. It's like, it's actually more stronger than someone who's waiting to get something in return.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because all you're going to do, because here's the second part of that philosophy, because all you're going to get in return is disappointment.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've seen people like that. They're just kind of waiting for their thank yous from
Yes.
someone else because they did something for someone, and it's just like, why wait for the thank you? You thank yourself for doing something good, and you'll be happy with it, and that's
Exactly.
it. I don't need other people to thank me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that was a good podcast. I think we can leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went through this whole thing. Talked about everything.
We did, and hopefully, AI will be saving us more than destroying us.
Yeah, let's have that hope.
A little positive.
Yep, little positive note. Yep.
Yes. All right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. See you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to Pixelated, eh? Hope you walked away with something new. Don't forget to follow. Until next time, keep it in play and power up for what's next.